All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we are going to talk about the fight taking place tonight. Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. Let you know what I think is going to happen in the fight and what is going to take place after that. Let's talk about that in this video. This video is brought to you by Boxing Showtimes, a new professional boxing schedule in your pocket. It helps you to keep updated on boxing events and details. Also assists you when you want to find bars near you to watch fights and allows you to set reminders for upcoming fights. Download the Boxing Showtimes for your smartphone and your tablet. Thank you again to our newest sponsors, Boxing Showtimes. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. We are back. Huge fight tonight between Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez. And it is going to be, I do believe, the best fight of the year. A fight that is almost destined to be everything that you want to see in a boxing match. Before I get into the prediction and what I think is going to happen in the fight and what other people are saying is going to happen in the fight, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are not a subscriber to the channel, please accept my invitation to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also hit that bell icon. And also thank you so much to the regular supporters and the people that come by on a regular basis to the channel, longtime subscribers and such. Thank you so much for your support in the channel, in the live streams that we do pretty much every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will be having a post-fight live stream in the morning after the fight, so make sure you guys come there and chop it up with me. All right, so we have the WBO and the WBC champions fighting one another to unify two belts at 130 pounds, or the featherweight division. You have the young Olympic silver medalist Shakur Stevenson, who is the WBO champion and will be, if he wins, the WBO super champion, fighting Oscar Valdez, longtime champion at both 26 pounds and 130 pounds, and who holds the WBC title after having taken it off the hands of Miguel Berchelt, who I do believe defended that 5 or 6 times. Miguel Berchelt was a champion for a while, and then having a successful title defense against Conceição. Please, I forgot Conceição's first name. However, it's not Robinson Conceição, but Conceição, in a fight that had a lot of controversy around it. Specifically, the controversy was that Oscar Valdez had tested positive for phentermine, which is a banned substance according to VADA. However, it was overturned by the state commission that was responsible for putting on the fight. The WBC acquiesced and allowed Oscar Valdez to fight. But he went in there with Conceição, did not look very good. Many people thought he lost the fight to Conceição, and Oscar Valdez also admitted that that was probably his worst fight of his career. Now, was it the worst fight of his career because of the drama distracted him, or was it the style of Conceição? We will see in this fight. You have Shakur Stevenson, who is a southpaw, who is an Olympic silver medalist and absolutely positively top-notch fighter. Many people have him, as far as the young fighters that are coming up in the sport, have him as one of the best, one or two best, along with under the age of 24 is what I'm talking about. 24 years old and younger, along with guys like Jaron Ennis, Jared Anderson. You have Devin Haney, who's I do believe is 24. But of the cream of the crop, in my opinion, of the people that are around that age range, is Shakur Stevenson, Jaron Ennis, and the heavyweight Jared Anderson. But this will be the coming out party for Shakur Stevenson, in that it is his first unification fight. He's been a champion at 126 for the WBO. He's now a champion he won the WBO belt off of Jamel Herring by stoppage or TKO when his Camp threw in the towel in his very last fight. But this would be his first his first unification fight, and a fight that if he wins really does propel him to the top of the sport. Now, this is what I believe is going to happen in the fight. I think that Shakur Stevenson is going to stop Oscar Valdez around the 10th or the 11th round. And I know by the percentage of my confidence around that prediction is around 60%. I've watched Oscar Valdez, I've watched Shakur Stevenson, and Oscar Valdez is a very, very tough fighter. However, Oscar Valdez is most definitely going to be coming forward and coming to Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, if you watch his last fight against Jamel Herring, has a wrinkle to his game that he used in his last fight that you had not seen before, which was to come forward and go at a fighter that wants to fight with you. I think that the strategy that Shakur Stevenson is going to use is to make Oscar Valdez get on the back foot and to stay in the pocket with Oscar Valdez and wear down Oscar Valdez to the body, to the head, and over the course of the fight, wear Oscar Valdez down so that when Oscar Valdez wants to make a push at the end of the fight, it's not going to be there for him. I think that what Shakur Stevenson is going to do is very similar to what we saw in the fight with Diego Corrales and Floyd Mayweather Jr. People were really shocked that Floyd Mayweather Jr. was not fighting on the back foot. He was not moving away from him, right? He was taking the fight to Castillo, not Jose Luis Castillo, excuse me. My man Diego Corrales. Sorry, he was taking the fight to Diego Corrales, and he broke Diego Corrales down. I think that you also have seen that in fights with Floyd Mayweather Jr., where Floyd Mayweather Jr., like against Janero Hernandez, broke him down in that way too. So I think that that's what we're going to see out of Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson breaking him down, starting off the fight, maybe the first round is a feel-out round, but Shakur Stevenson is not going to bank that this man is going to get tired and that he's going to burn up all his energy on that back foot, because that's what Oscar Valdez is probably banking on. He's banking on Shakur Stevenson fighting from the outside, pot shotting, moving, staying out of the way, where the best way probably to break down Oscar Valdez is by just breaking his body down and making sure that in the later rounds he doesn't have enough energy to really push, and go on him. Now, I do believe that the southpaw stance also helps with that, because the major weapons for Oscar Valdez is, from what I've seen, is that left hook and the right hook. I think that Oscar Valdez is going to, if Shakur Stevenson is in close on him and can see those shots coming, I don't think that he's going to be able to catch Oscar Valdez is going to be able to catch him, with those hooks if he is getting pushed back. Although I will say that he knocked out Miguel Berchelt when Miguel Berchelt got over anxious, backing it up and caught him with that big hook. But as long as Shakur Stevenson neutralizes those hooks from Oscar Valdez, I think that he is safe in the pocket and safe wearing him down and trying to get him out of there, similar to what his mentor Andre Ward had done throughout his fight. And one thing that Andre Ward says, and I do believe that you're going to see with Shakur Stevenson, is that he's going to go in there and rattle Oscar Valdez's cage. Let Oscar Valdez know that there are big shots coming that there are consistent and big shots coming at him to the body and the head, without doing it in just a reckless fashion, but putting a beating on a dude. Similar to what you see oftentimes, with fighters in that position, really great fighters, they can fight on the inside and they can fight on the outside. But when you have those really big fights that are coming up, people can step up and get you out of there. And that's what I expect to see from Shakur Stevenson. Now, the second most likely thing is that the fight would go the distance. But Shakur has to be very careful about trying to get a decision against Oscar Valdez. So he's going to really have to do that, really go at him. And make sure that he's really, scoring on a consistent basis, but not at the same time, not looking like he's running, not making it look like that, right? Now, there's a downside to it because, he may run into the situation that Sugar Ray Leonard ran into when, he fought Roberto Duran and he went to toe-to-toe with Roberto Duran. But I think Shakur Stevenson is probably not just going to sell out in that regard. I think that he is going to do a combination of the two. However, I do think at the end of this, with the swelling that goes on in Oscar Valdez's face and the cutting that goes on with him in those fights, that's going to add up for him. And more than likely, it's going to end before the final bell, similar to when Floyd Mayweather Jr. fought Arturo Gatti. That's another instance of that. Arturo Gatti and Floyd went at Arturo Gatti, and it may be about the same talent level gap between Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson. We will see. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section, and with that, I'm out. Deuces.